Good afternoon, everybody. This is Steve Fletcher with a Trumpet for My People. Today is June 30th, 2024, and I have a couple updates for you guys today. The first thing I want to share with you is this storm Beryl that is coming into the United States. It's going to be here anywhere from July 3rd, July 6th. And then I shared a community post about this. Mark Allison did a video on this. Teaching starts at about 4 minutes. I should change that to 4 minutes. At the 4-minute mark of his video, his teaching starts. And it's about Beryl in the Bible, connected to New Jerusalem. I thought that was great. Thank you, Brother Mark. The second thing I want to share with you is this comment that was shared under one of my recent videos. July 6th heads up, and it might be actually July 6th or July 7th, but let's take a look at this comment. The New Madrid quake of 1811 struck exactly 90 days after their eclipse. 90 days after our 4/8 eclipse lands on 7/6. So I want to confirm all of this for you. If we go to the New Madrid earthquakes that began on December 16th, 1811, okay? The New Madrid earthquakes started on December 16th, 1811 with the 7.2 to an 8.2. This New Madrid earthquake was the worst recorded earthquake in the history of the United States, okay? So this is a very important, monumentous earthquake that took place. This was also connected to an eclipse that happened on September 17th of 1811, an eclipse over the United States. Just like this year, there was an eclipse over the United States. Remember, we had two eclipses that went right over. They both intersected over the New Madrid. Well, the second eclipse that came across the New Madrid was April 8th, and on September 17th of 1811, there was an eclipse, an annular solar eclipse over the United States, went across the New Madrid, and then on December 16th, 1811, we had the earthquake over New Madrid, and that was 90 days. September 17th, 1811 plus 90 days is December 16th, 1811. The eclipse over the United States, over the New Madrid, the earthquake over the New Madrid, and 90 days in between. April 8th, 2024, the solar eclipse of April 8th, adding 90 days, brings us to July 7th. July 7th, okay? Okay, I want to talk to you about some date connections that take us to July 7th from December of 2020. But before I do that, I want to bring to your attention the 2,300 days of Daniel that connect us with the exact time frame of the COVID pandemic. Daniel 8:13 and 14 says, "Then I heard a holy one speaking, and another holy one said to that certain one who was speaking, 'How long will the vision be concerning the daily sacrifices and the transgression of desolation, the giving of both the sanctuary and the host to be trampled underfoot?' And he said to me, 'For 2,300 days, then the sanctuary shall be cleansed.'" Now, if we look at Daniel 8:14 in the original, it says, "He said to me, for 2,300 evenings and mornings." Evenings and mornings. Now this says days, but If we go to this number here, we're going to see that it is the word for morning. Okay. The word for morning. Just like it says here in Genesis 1:5, and there was evening and morning. And he said to me, for 2,300 evenings and mornings, then the sanctuary shall be cleansed. Now, if we go to this word evenings, see, it's the same word here used in Genesis 1:5. There was evening and there was morning. Okay? So when it says here that there are 2,300 evenings and mornings, it's 1,150 evenings and 1,150 mornings. So this is actually 1,150 days. In other words, 1,150 evenings and 1,150 mornings, or 1,150 days. On March 11th, 2020, the COVID era began. The world pandemic began. The World Health Organization declared a global pandemic on March 11th, 2020. The WHO declared COVID-19 is no longer a global health emergency on May 5th, 2023. From March 11th, 2020 to May 5th, 2023, going from March 11th, 2020 to May 5th, 2023, it's 1,150 days. Then I heard a holy one speaking, and another holy one said to that certain one who was speaking, how long will the vision be concerning the daily sacrifices and the transgression of desolation, the giving of both the sanctuary and the host to be trampled underfoot? And he said to me, for 2,300 evenings and mornings, or 1,150 days. The COVID pandemic lasted for 1,150 days. Now, we are watching all of this information from the beginning of the vaccine, the middle day of the two eclipses, from December 14th, 2020, plus all of these other events that happened starting on December 8th, December 11th, December 14th, and all the way to December 19th. But when you consider that the original abomination took place on Christmas, and the reason why they rolled this vaccine out in the month of December before Christmas is because this was the pressure upon the people and upon the public to get their vaccine as soon as possible so that they could go back to normal daily life, especially the celebration of Christmas. Otherwise, Christmas was going to be totally and 100% canceled. This day in history. 25 December is a day when Christians around the world celebrate the coming of God in the person of Jesus Christ, with the exception of the Eastern Orthodox Church, which observes Christmas on January 7th. However, 25 December had played a significant role in Jewish history before the advent of Christmas. Under Syrian rule, Antiochus Epiphanes' desecration of the temple on December 25th, 167 BC, forced the issue of identity to the fore. Some refused to submit to Antioch's actions and died rather than submit. Others who escaped looked to Yahweh to act in a new and decisive way to vanquish his enemies. Judas Maccabeus and his companions organized a revolt and drove out Antiochus so that 3 years to the day after its desecration, the temple was reconsecrated December 25th in 164 BC. So the original abomination took place on December 25th. So was this the reason why all of these events took place in the beginning of December leading up to Christmas time, because the true abomination would come at Christmas, and the reason why everybody was so quick to run to get their COVID vaccine, because the nostalgia of Christmas. They wanted life to go on as normal. December 25th in history, the abomination of desolation. And December 25th, 2020 plus 1,290 days brings us to July 7th. Just as the eclipse of 1811 was September 17th, the New Madrid earthquake was on December 16th. There were 90 days in between. The April 8th, 2024 eclipse. 90 days later is July 7th. 1,290 days after December 25th of 2020 is July 7th. And this is connecting us to all of these messages that are leading anywhere from June 30th, July 1st. We've already been talking all the way up to July 6th. But maybe we have to watch through July 7th in all of this, taking into consideration this new information. So I just wanted to share this with you guys. I pray that this is a blessing to you. And if you have anything to share more about all of this, please comment in the comment section below. I pray you are blessed. This is Steve Fletcher with a trumpet for my people, the sign of his coming revealed.